Hello! Welcome to the first of our Advent series of workout videos. I'm going to be posting a short workout video every day until Christmas. These are going to be at most 10 minutes in duration. The idea behind them is to get you into the habit of regular physical activity and to demonstrate that you needn't need hours in which to do this. So they're going to be at most 10 minutes. You're going to need little to no equipment to play along at home. And here we go with the first one. This is going to be all about a fluid, smooth movement. You can think of this as being like a warm-up, a loosener. Maybe you might want to use movements like this before you do subsequent workouts later on in the series. But we're going to get going with some lovely fluid movements that are going to help really loosen everything up and make you walk away from this feeling better than when you started. So if you're feeling a bit stiff, if you're feeling a bit low energy, join in with this and you'll feel great by the time we've finished. Let's start. First one we're going to do, set yourself up in a 4-point position. There is hands and knees on the floor. If you're prone to cramping your feet, tuck your toes under like this. If it's not a concern for you, by all means flatten your feet along the floor. The movement that we're going to be making here is we're going to be flowing from back to front, gently stretching the spine in both directions. Now, only go as far as it feels comfortable, particularly on the way forward. This can put pressure on some people's backs, so you don't need to go all the way to the floor. You can support yourself in a sort of a semi-plank position, and you can ease your way back, round the shoulders, round the back, and tuck yourself into a ball before rolling forward and letting the hips drop as far as it's comfortable to the front. The point of this one is that you're going to feel as if, whilst we're doing it, it gets easier, you feel more free and fluid. There is no need to push and strain at the edges of your comfort zone. Take your time. We'll do a dozen or so of these movements, nice and gentle, at a consistent speed, working back and forth, tucking and unrolling into the big cat stretch. So let's do 3 more of those. That's starting to feel really good. One more time, I'm going to tuck and stretch. Here we go, last one. It feels better, okay. For our next trick, we're going to go into a standing stance with a wide foot placement. You can turn the toes out if this feels comfortable to do so. We're going to soften up the knees and we're going to relax the hips so you feel nice and bouncy. There's no stiffness or restriction here. Again, respecting the comfort zone, my own personal tightness, I'm just going to slide to one side. I'll feel a mild stretch in the inner thigh, then I'm going to slide over the other way. Again, a mild stretch in the inner thigh. I'm going to slide from one to the other, nice and easy, not trying to push through and make this submit, just convincing it little by little that it's not so bad, it can loosen up as we warm up and move nice and easily. Everything goes along with it, and after a dozen or so of these each side, we're going to start to feel like we've got some energy in the legs, that everything's starting to free up, that it feels nice, those springy energetic legs are coming back online, and we're ready to go with some more exercises. So just a couple more of these from side to side. You might feel as if you can get a little lower, a little further out to the side once you feel that you're warming up. This is excellent. This is what we want. The sense that we're not having to force this, but everything is just playing along, getting easier as we go. This is fantastic. Okay, there we go. For our next trick, again, standing, this time with the feet about hip width apart. I'm going to stand side on so you can see this. Soft knees, they're not going to bend any further. Well, I'm going to push my bottom backwards, keeping my back straight. I'm going to feel a nice stretch up the back of my legs into my bum. I'm going to push my bum forward. Hinging, stretching and standing. I'm not looking to see how far I can bear to stretch my hamstrings. Again, this is all about getting to a comfortable point, whereas a mild stretch, stand tall. Mild stretch, push through with your bum. Stretch back, push through. Stretch back, push through. As this starts to feel easier, it feels more fluid. It feels like I can spring back and forth nice and easily. The tightness in the hamstrings doesn't feel quite so sharp-edged. That's getting nice now. So just a couple more of those. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Okay, for our next trick we're going to do some shoulder stretching, mobilizing warm-ups. You can use a belt, a piece of string. What I'm going to use is a broomstick. Hold on to your broomstick at wider than shoulder width. The wider the grip, the easier this will be to begin with. Take that stick overhead, keeping the arms straight, until it feels as if there's a slight tightness and binding in the front of the shoulder. Again, we're only looking to go to the first point where we feel that mild stretch. When I find that, I'm going to relax a little and then stretch back into this. So if I turn side on, you'll be able to see how I'm doing this. As I find that point of stretch here, I'm backing off, stretching into it, backing off and stretching into it. All the time I'm doing this, it's nice and comfortable. Again, there's no sharp edges. Nothing feels like it's going to dislocate my shoulder. I'm not straining. You can hear by my voice that this is entirely comfortable. I'm not working hard. I'm not having to grit my teeth and grimace through this. This is nice and easy. And predictably enough, as long as we don't push too hard, the body responds by loosening up a little. The comfort zone has expanded and I can move my arms much further back now. I might move my hands a little bit closer, and in doing so, I can't move so far anymore. So again, I can just stretch around this point. I might do the pulse back again, but I think instead we'll switch this up into a circling movement. Imagine you have a canoe and you're paddling your canoe with this overhead action. So there's a circling on the end of the stick, isn't there? And both sides of the stick are getting this circling action going. We've got a lovely, smooth, rolling sensation in the shoulders. I'm making sure, I'm kneeling down to do this so that I fit myself in the camera shot. There's no reason at all why you couldn't do this standing. If you're doing this standing or kneeling, watch out for arching your back. Make sure that you're squeezing your bum a little bit and thinking of reaching out tall with the top of your head. This is going to stop you from doing this sort of thing and putting pressure on your back. So we're just going to keep going with a few more of these circles. If the arms get tired, you can always bring them down to your sides, give them a little shake out, and then come back up and restart that drill. Okay? We're going to make these circles a little bigger as it starts to feel like the shoulders free up. And you can see now that the biceps are just brushing close to my ears as they make these circles. Okay, so we've found our comfort zone, we've gently pushed back at the edges of it, and now we've got a lovely fluid feeling in the shoulders. They feel nice and loose, they feel like they could do anything. That is a good job done. How does that feel? Yeah, I bet that feels really nice, doesn't it? Okay, coming back up with our now springy legs, nice feeling shoulders, everything feels nice and loose. We're going to take a 1 foot forward, 1 foot back stance. My feet are spread to the sides a little. It's not like I'm on a tightrope, so it feels nice and balanced. If this does feel unstable still, you can always use something to hold on to. If you've got your broomstick handy, that makes an ideal balance point here, or the edge of the sofa or something like that. If you don't need it, don't use it. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Soft in both knees. Nice and upright through the trunk. I'm going to bend both knees and I'm going to slightly drift forward toward my front leg and spring back up. This feels as if a lot more of my weight is going onto the front foot than the back. Maybe 70% front. Nice and easy, spring back up. You don't need to go to any particular depth. If you feel comfortable here but no lower, just go to there. You may very well find that as we're doing this exercise, you feel more comfortable, like you can get a little lower. Swap feet. Let's have a go at the other side. So again, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Comfortable spread to the feet so we establish our balance. Softness in both knees. We're going to flow forward and down and spring back up. Forward and down and spring back up. You'll notice again I've got this nice upright posture to the torso. I'm not folding forward. I feel nice and loose and springy and nimble. That's what we want from this movement. So we'll do 3 and 2 and 1. That's wonderful. Well done. Next part, from standing tall. Again, if you feel like this exercise would benefit from a balance point, take your stick or the edge of the sofa. We're going to stand on one leg. The leg which we take into the air, we're going to bring it across the body, up and out in a circling movement. So this circle is being drawn around the hip with this leg. Try to avoid a lot of movement in the standing leg, so we don't want to twist and turn too much. Nice and tall, and go around in a circular movement with this hip. Go slow and smooth. And again, if you feel the hip is getting tired, by all means swap. Have a go on the other side. You can touch back down in between circles if you need that additional contact point. If you feel you can do it without the additional balance aid, please do. That's it. We can alternate from one side to the other. Ooh, bit of a wobble. Anytime you stood on one leg, you're going to get the occasional wobble. That's not to worry. Here we go. A couple more of these. We'll do 3 and 2 and 1. Fantastic. Give them a shuffle and a shake. For our last movement, we're going to do a couple of little high kick swings. Do not start this ballistically, start it nice and gentle. One stance leg, one swinging leg. We're going to lift the leg to the front, swing it out to the back. Again, if you need to, by all means, give yourself an additional point to hold on to. On the way back, there's a bit of a squeeze in the bum. On the way forward, a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So we swing front to back. As it starts to feel more comfortable, we do indeed swing that a little bit more, and it starts to feel a bit more like a swing and a kick. Only as it feels loose, only as it feels comfortable. Remember, little stretch, little squeeze, little stretch, little squeeze. Let's change and do the other side. Favouring my right leg now, I'm going to pick up the left, little stretch, at the back, little squeeze, stretch, squeeze, stretch, squeeze. And if it feels like it loosens off, it gets a little swingier, a little quicker, as we feel confident and comfortable. So here we go. This has been a very quick loosening off sort of a workout. The sort of thing that you can do whilst you're waiting for the bus. If the train's late, you might get a few funny looks on the platform. Maybe do this one at home while the kettle's boiling or the sink is filling up, or you're waiting for the washing machine to finish. This has probably taken about 5 minutes or so, and I can tell you that everything feels really lovely and loose and limber now. I'm raring to go. If I've got the time, I might actually bang out a few more sets of another few exercises, because I feel great now. I feel all springy and wonderful. I want to share that with you, so join in, and I'll see you tomorrow with another one of these quick 5-10 minute workouts. Bye.